So that's attached to the frame. The steering shaft. That's where we're at. Okay, I forgot where we're at. Sorry. The steering shaft is properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It is not shifting or misaligned. When moved, it moves no more than 10 degrees in place. These are your U joints. They are properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they are properly greased. Steering gearbox. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. All nuts and bolts are present. It is not leaking, and it is secured to the frame. Pitman arm, drag link, upper control knuckle, lower control knuckle, tie rod. All of this is my steering linkage. It is all properly mounted and secured. None of it is cracked, bent, or broken. They are secured with castle nuts and cotter pins. They are on tight. Yeah, and then there's the tie rod back here. Lower knuckle is back behind it. Not cracked, bent, or broken, properly mounted, secured, free from illegal welds. My suspension, my front spring hanger, my rear spring hanger. Both are properly mounted and secured to the frame. And all nuts and bolts are present. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and they are free from illegal welds. My frame is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and free from illegal welds. My leaf spring is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, free from illegal welds, and is not shifting or misaligned. It is held in place with my U-bolts. Every bolt has a nut. Properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Nut is on tight, and it holds my leaf spring to my axle. My shock absorber is properly mounted, secured at the top and the bottom. Bushings are intact. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it is not leaking. My brakes. This is my brake hose. This is my ABS line. Both are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not cut, torn, or frayed on this line. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts on the hose. They are properly mounted and secured to my brake chamber. My brake chamber is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, held in place with bands and clamps, and it is not leaking. I have a slack adjuster and a push rod. They are inside this brake chamber, but on other ones they are not. They are properly mounted and secured. They are held together with pins and keepers. When released by hand, my slack adjuster will move no more than 1 inch. If so, I will have it adjusted before my trip. On the inside of my tire, there is a large metal ring. That is my brake drum. It is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it is free from illegal welds. I have a brake shoe and a brake lining that push out against my drum. Both of them are properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken. My lining is not worn less than 1/4 of an inch, which would be dangerously thin and need to be replaced. There is no oil, grease, or debris in between my lining and my drum. That would prohibit me from stopping. Next, the tires. We have the inner tire wall, we have the outer tire wall, and the face. They are all properly mounted and secured. There are no abrasions, bulges, or cuts. The tire face is worn evenly, and the tread depth is no less than 4/32 deep, and this has to be a virgin tire. My tire is properly mounted and secured or properly beaded and seated to my tire rim. My tire rim is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken, and it has no illegal welds. It is held on with my lug nuts. There are 10. They are all present and accounted for. They are all properly mounted and secured. They are not cracked, bent, broken, or loose. Any signs of looseness would be shiny threads or rush trails. Behind them, there would be distorted or oblong holes. Those are all signs of looseness. My hub, oil, seal is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. It is not leaking. All bolts are in place. If it is equipped with a sight glass that's clean, I can look in there and make sure it's got oil in it. If it is not equipped with a sight glass, or in this case, not clean, I would pop this cap off, stick my finger in there to make sure that there's oil, put the cap back on. My tire valve stem is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking, and the cap is on tight. If I wanted to check the tire pressure, I would use a tire gauge on the valve stem to make sure that the tire is filled to proper manufacturer specifications. That completes part A.